One demographic group that could be up for grabs now that Mitt Romney has picked Paul Ryan and his running mate, seniors. And of course, Florida seniors. Arian Campo-Flores joins us now to talk a little bit about that. Arian, good morning.
Good morning.
So you talked to some seniors. What's their reaction to the Ryan pick?
Well, there was kind of a range. I mean, there's definitely a number of them had never heard of Paul Ryan, didn't know anything about him, didn't know what the significance was of bringing him to the ticket. So to an extent, he remains a bit of an unknown quantity. But for those who were somewhat familiar with him and some of the policies he's proposed, I think one takeaway is that there's a bit of wariness. Obviously he has some pretty bold proposals for Medicare. He has made bold proposals on Social Security. Those would not affect current retirees, but for retirees and seniors, that any talk of overhauls to two federal programs that that they hold dear is potentially troubling to them.
So are they wrong really to be concerned if there's going to be no impact on their benefits?
For them themselves, right? Yeah, they would be safeguarded. I guess the real debate is for those who are coming behind them, what these proposals would imply for them. And there's perhaps a little bit less resistance to it. I think there's some more acknowledgement that these that there's not a lot of security, that these are going to be there for folks anyway. So maybe we need to do make some changes to the programs to ensure their viability.
Okay, now, at one point you mentioned previously is that a lot of seniors don't know who Paul Ryan is yet. And how is the race really setting up in the early going as far as Republicans, Democrats trying to shape people's first impression?
Well, yeah, that's really the fight right now, is to define them. I mean, the airwaves in Florida have been filled with ads. I think the interesting thing in Florida is that Obama has actually had a tough audience with seniors. They're not happy with the healthcare law that he pushed through. And that perhaps is a result of previous Republican efforts to define what that meant. And so seniors find that troubling, and Obama has faced headwinds with that. I think now Democrats sense that they potentially have an opening to basically attack Ryan's proposals on Medicare. So it's a different sort of scare tactic, if you will. And that's really right out of the gate, Democrats over the weekend were pounding away at this message that the Ryan proposals and the Romney proposals would end Medicare as we know it.
Tell us about the latest poll results in Florida. How are Obama and Romney running there?
They're very even. As expected, it'll probably be down to the wire all the way to November. Some polls have had Obama up slightly. Others have had Romney up slightly. There was a recent poll specifically on seniors, and that show actually two that looked at seniors recently that had Romney up by about 5 or 6 points. That's the demographic that Obama performs most poorly among. So I think this pick is really going to focus a lot of attention on that senior vote in Florida.
Too soon to see any poll results as far as what the Paul Ryan pick has done to shift the dynamic there at all?
Yeah, I think it's still too soon, at least for Florida polling. I haven't seen anything out yet on how that's playing.
Well, we will look forward to that. Arian, again, thank you very much for joining us this morning from vacation, no less.
My pleasure. Thank you.